The following copyrighted video is licensed for download, presentation, and viewing for the sole purpose of introducing the StoneGate Capital Group one-day MBA program. Thank you for your interest in the StoneGate Capital Group one-day MBA program. Our mission is to provide you with the nation's most practical and actionable one-day overall business management program. While covering traditional theory, the focus is on day-to-day application. The one-day MBA is a business boot camp targeted to both business managers and their advisors. In a single, intense but enjoyable day, we cover 8 core disciplines taught in leading MBA programs. But rather than tell you more about the program, we'd like you to see for yourself what it's like to attend. So please, enjoy the following scenes from previous presentations.
Economics is the study of how all of our resources, including labor, are allocated to the production of goods and services and how those goods and services are distributed among consumers. In simple terms, a society's economic system determines what's produced and who gets how much of it. Money makes multi-party transactions more convenient than barter. Parties can be anonymous, and money allows parts of multi-party transactions to be deferred until a later time. At a 2% inflation rate, the cost of living would double in 36 years. At 3%, it takes only 24 years.
Business accounting is a system for recording all transactions of a company and translating that information into reports showing what a company owns, what a company owes, how much a company made or lost, and cash movements within a company.
The reports that show that are the balance sheet. That shows what the company owns and what the company owes. This is the balance sheet, and as we discussed, it shows what you own and what you owe. And if you subtract one from the other, it shows your equity. So what's the basic legal framework for a free market economic system? Well, the agreement isn't any good if you can't enforce it. Then we have the Uniform Commercial Code. This is essentially a body of business law, commercial law. If you had a finance department headed by a CFO, this is what that department would be responsible for. So now you're going to do one of these financings. How do you actually get it done? What happens? What do the people that you're working with really do?
Some companies use outside intermediaries, such as an investment banker or broker.
Our problem is that with the guy who stiffed us for $150,000, we can't pay the $100,000 of amortization payment on our long-term debt. Other than that, the company is healthy. This is kind of like doing a maze from the inside out instead of from the outside in. If you can get to the outside from the inside, you know you have a perfect path back to the middle. Well, the buzzword these days is just-in-time inventory, so we're going to spend a moment addressing that. The goal is to have the right people rightly doing the right things. The basic premise of lean manufacturing is that each activity must provide value to the customer. So your perception of quality and your perception of the attitude of the company providing the service is critical. You cannot provide perceived value if you are perceived as being inconsistent. So if you want everybody to be consistent, they have to adhere to the same set of values. And it starts with the vision statement, which is a statement of the company's self-image. concept is learn what prospective customers want and then do your best to give it to them. It's not selling. The second thing you'd be exposed to, and we want to make sure that you get at least some of the classic parts of these different individual subjects, is the 4 Ps. That's your controllable marketing mix. That gets us to real market research and analysis, the way a professional market research company would do it. The process starts with qualitative research. The purpose is to gather preliminary market information. Once we've determined all of that, we have to determine what our message is going to be. The classic definition of management, and there are 2 of them, art of getting things done through people. I like that one because it's people-centric. This is a typical organization chart. It's linear. It all works from the top down. The decisions are all made at the top. And everybody only interacts in the chain of command. So let's talk about an empowered organization chart. Critical in a service business, important in a product business, in a goods business. Here, as you can see, everybody talks to everybody as a team. The CEO is a facilitator. And we get variance reports to compare whether or not the performance is the same as the projection. But if you pay someone to do A and tell them to do B, expect A. Management is your job. You don't have to know all this stuff in order to do it, but you have to know about all this stuff and take it all into account.
We hope you've enjoyed your brief experience with the StoneGate Capital Group one-day MBA program and that you've learned something new and useful. We look forward to seeing you at one of our future presentations.